host, Sherry G. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Look, I'm here with some more happenings on Love and Marriage Huntsville. There is so much going on. Not only is there a lot going on as far as sneak peeks that have been dropped, outtakes, um, segments that were not aired in the first episode, on top of the first episode being aired, there's a lot happening in the internet too. But before I get into all of that or any of that, as a matter of fact, I'm not even going to be talking about any of that. I'm going to be backtracking to a video that I did earlier. But before I do, you know I must give the infamous disclaimer that all the views expressed in this video are alleged of my opinion and those who choose to comment down below in the comment section, and it is all for entertainment. So, now that that's out of the way, like I said, I wanted to go back and do some research on a video that I'd done earlier just to kind of connect the dots and answer some of the questions that I left off with in that video. So, if you remember, Latisha posted in her Instagram that they were working on a project and she showed the building. She didn't really say anything much. It was just a video. It started off with saying, "This is my time," or "My time is now," or something like that. And then she just showed herself going into this building and there was some remodeling going on. And then she ended up showing us a sign on the door that said Infinity Properties, contact Latisha Scott if you want to know more about rental space, etc. And then we also saw she donned one of the Scott Industries construction hats. Marceau was in the building fumbling around in his phone, and he also had on one of those construction hats. So, of course, I wanted to go back because Latisha and Marceau did an interview with this gentleman, and they aired that also on their Instagram. And so when I was listening to it, they were mentioning that they were doing these projects in Uptown. And one of the projects was actually they were building a barbershop. So I was able to find out more information and I was able to connect the dots and answer the questions that I had. And I want to share that with you. So when I initially did this video, I was speculating that Latisha was going to be the property manager of this property and that someone else was actually doing the construction work and someone else actually owned this property. Well, I was wrong. As it turns out, this property is owned by Infinity Properties. Not only is this property owned by Infinity Properties, so is Black, according to public records. And by the way, the taxes are all paid. They were paid in March. So, this is the building. And this is Uptown. So we have Black on the one side. And if we look down, that's the empty spaces that are being worked on. It is my assumption that the one in the middle is perhaps going to be where the barbershop is because, and I say that because Latisha actually mentioned that they were doing a barbershop in Uptown. And then if we look at this other side of the building, there's the sign for Infinity Properties. So this is the sign that she showed in her first video. So Infinity Properties actually owns this side of this little shopping center is what I'm guessing. Or according to the information I have, this is what Infinity Property owns. There's nothing else under their name that I found in public records. So they own this whole side. So in essence, Tisha owns this whole side because she owns Infinity Properties. Now, I know allegedly that Black is owned by a group of frat brothers, but that's not what the public records say. Not unless there's some articles written where it can all come up under Infinity Properties. I don't know. But if we just go by public record, the tax records, it belongs to Infinity Properties, and we know that Latisha is an owner or the owner of Infinity Properties. The jury is out on that too because people are alleging that she is not the only owner. And when I looked up the information for Infinity Properties, it did mention that in one place it mentioned she was the owner, and in another place it mentioned that she was one of the owners. So, anyway, this video is really short and sweet and to the point because I just wanted to go back and connect the dots and answer the questions like who really owns this building and what is going on. Now, as far as the renovation, of course, Tisha and Marcel are going to have to contract people out to do, you know, to do the building, to do the renovations. And of course, I guess it would make sense if you said that Scott Industries was doing it. I don't know if he actually has people that really work for him. Like I really, the jury is out on Scott Industries and actually what this company looks like and what this company does. I just see in my mind Scott Industries is not a really large company, but a company that subcontracts out, and they might have to subcontract out for different things. I don't know what the scope of their main work would be. I really don't know. Everywhere that I've looked, it says that they are a subcontractor, and people are alleging that they are subcontractors. But exactly what they do, I don't know. So when we saw the people inside the building doing all of the renovation work, I'm not really sure how that parlays into Scott Industries, but they were giving us the assumption that it was Scott Industries because they were donning those Scott Industries construction caps or hats or whatever you call it. So anyway, like I said, this video was just short and brief because I wanted to connect those dots. There's still a little bit of questions because I know people are wondering, well, if they do own this, then where's the money coming from to do the renovations? But in my mind, it would be based off of Infinity Properties background, which is Latisha's background, in my mind. And allegedly, she is the one that's fronting some of the projects or some of the things that they do anyway. Like people are alleging that the men on this cast, the majority of them, with the exception of the Fletchers and maybe Corey or Courtney Beasley, all lean on the strengths of their wife when it comes to credit. Again, that's allegedly. So that's all I have for you today. Until next time, on your way out, hit the like button if you didn't do it on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell because I will be back. Until then, ciao.